Hello everybody, my name is Pixie People, and I don't know man, I was playing this game today, that shit was hard, on God, it's like Dark Souls to be honest, forgot its name right now, but I'll share with you next part, but for right now, let's get right into it. So, Yamcha right now has been just taking a break from training, cause, he didn't feel like it man, obviously this doesn't decrease his power level at all, this is the tiniest bit rusty, but he can basically, if he got into any fight, he'd get it instantly. Then Yamcha, no. Eventually, Goku shows up with Gohan, saying if he wants to join the Tournament of Power. The what? Gohan speaking. Dad got us into a situation where if we don't fight, or do fight and lose, the whole universe ex- disintegrates. Yamcha, who is with Poa right now, is like, yeah, that sounds like Goku. And Goku scratches his head with stupidity. Both, you know, both Yamcha, Gohan, and Goku go, go to the old team. Yes, Frieza's there. You're wondering who was replaced this time? It was Tien. Don't need to explain. Yep, well, Yamcha just shows up at the tournament, sees Zeno, immediately knows this is a bad person because Beerus is sweating, and his brother is too. You wanna know how Yamcha knows this? They legit look the exact same, just one's fat. Now, then Yamcha notice a white bald man with, like, basically pure black eyes. Look at him. Yamcha evading his eyes. What do you know who that guy is? Yeah, right now it's not looking good for the Tournament of Power. For Yamcha, at least. Maybe Goku could clutch. So, they get into it. The Tournament of Power begins, and Yamcha immediately sees the red dog fighting off the pig. The sumo pig, I guess. Yamcha immediately gets intrigued because it's a dog, so he immediately transforms into his dog transformation. Beast. Godly beast, not just beast. Appears in front of the piggy and saves him, actually. Grabs him by his butt and throws him away, but Jiren knocks him out of the sky and pushes him back out of the ring. Yamcha wasn't planning on saving him, he just wanted to fight the dog. It was the dog trying to saying he stole his elimination. So the dog tries to fight with Yamcha, but Yamcha's immediately just defeating him really easily, because he's just really weak. Yamcha getting a bit bored, so he just uses a ball, uses his fingers to hit the guy in the stomach, which just makes him spit out all types of fluids, and shoots him straight out of the ring, eliminating the red dog. Just because Yamcha just had his one technique that he used once. So he flicks his hand out saying, "You guys are pretty weak." And then obviously the guy who commanded the dogs is a bit irritated that, he was eliminated that easily. Okay. Afterwards, Yamcha just goes around eliminating all the dogs. every single dog. Which, guess what that does? Eliminates that team. So basically, it makes the guy scared. As well, while his team's getting defeated, he's scared out of his mind because he can't even keep up with Yamcha, and he's a godly being. Well, uh, sucks for that team. Now it's with the robots, right? Those robot guys? Don't remember their names. Of course, Yamcha, being the smart guy just decides to limp one of them, so he gets the leg one. As soon as they're about to fuse into like the big guy, Yamcha shows up, freaking cleans the guy, cleans the guy with the pink skin and white beard, basically the scientist. And then while all the three of them are trying to save the guy, Yamcha's already blitzed away and Kamehameha'd him out of the ring. Now Yamcha. Then after those three don't have their big guy, some of the then Yamcha just leaves that to Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza, who take them out easily. Now Yamcha. Now Yamcha, after eliminating two universes, basically, Jiren, did the I think the Power Force. I don't remember the fucking name, but the team Jiren's on start to see Yamcha as a threat because he's cunning to the fact to see that all those people around them that the dogs were fast enough to see through them, so Yamcha immediately took them out, even though all Yamcha was doing was because they were born, not because any tactical advantage. And he took out the doctor before any any of the bigger guys, knowing that the doctor was probably the main thing keeping them together, which gave which made the tournament those power guys deciding to take out Yamcha. So when Topo, the guy who's in line for the God of Destruction, shows up, says, "You are injustice. You are being injustice for killing people, whole universes even." Which Yamcha just takes as mumbo jumbo and decides to power up into um, God of Destruction level power level. While Topo sees this as a problem, so he immediately goes into his big boy state. But Beerus looks towards Yamcha. Yamcha looks back at Beerus, and they both smirk, which makes the God of the God of Destruction of Jiren's universe, the clown, to be a bit confused. That is until Yamcha pulls out his God of Destruction buff form. Then Yamcha. Toppo gets surprised by this, but just says, "No way, he's stronger than me." Even though he has his dog stick stacked on it. So basically, Toppo gets slammed. He doesn't even stand a chance. Even Yamcha even deflects Toppo's Hakai and hits him with his own Hakai ball. Eventually, but Toppo trying to reflect it, Yamcha flicks it with one finger and shoots it through Toppo, not killing him, but making him shocked. Then Yamcha teleports, popping Toppo in the stomach, throwing him out. This definitely puts a lot of strain on Yamcha because godly abilities kind of hurt, so he kind of gets out of the state and is burned out. And Goku Yum. Okay, who is it again? The one that looks like Beerus but is a part of the Jiren's team, who's really fast. Tries to get Yamcha, but guess who saves him? Yes, it's Vegeta. Yes, Vegeta saves him. Yes, Vegeta throws this. Actually, no, it's Frieza. Nah, Vegeta was just standing there like a bitch. Well, Vegeta saved his ass, which surprised all of Universe 7 because Yamcha doesn't save people, but he saved Yamcha for some reason. Then Yamcha looks towards Frieza, who looks at him with a bit of a smirk. But not this evil smirk, the smirk you give to a person that you actually like. Not a homosexual way, just to point that out. Just in a friend type way. Like, you cool, bro. I wanted to clear that up, sorry. Just so you guys don't get any ideas. Even though I really wish it happened. But I just don't feel like putting this in here. Then Yamcha just runs the fuck away. Then he, like, eventually he lays down and gathers some energy while Frieza fights off Beerus looking. Well, Frieza gets grabbed by the tail. He gets grabbed by the tail. There goes Yamcha. Well, after Yamcha gathers some power and Frieza's getting his butt spanked, he shows up and saves Frieza this time, hitting, you know, Beerus-looking guy with a little fang fist. With Frieza says it looks cool. He thinks it looks cool. Then Yamcha kicks him in the eye, which in the face, upwards to Frieza, who throws a death ball, quote unquote, on him, and then he gets shot out of the ring. Which, that guy was really strong. Obviously, the girl power lady was kicked out by 18, so now it's just Jiren. And all of the other guys, or if you're wondering, every other person in the Universe 7 has been knocked out. I just been only covering Yamcha because he's the main character. Okay, Yamcha and Frieza team up more. That's when Vegeta shows up and actually suggests they fuse, with Yamcha looking at him like, is that even allowed? We could get eliminated for that. I don't know, I just trust the chemistry here. He looks at him, with Frieza looking towards Yamcha, thinking, how? with Yamcha then looking towards Frieza with a bit of a shocked expression, with Frieza then expressing that he looks like the type of person who would be distinguished in a room, and that's probably the person he'd most likely fuse with. How do you do this? With Yamcha, then just expressing that, okay, we'll learn it somewhere, with Vegeta making them follow him into a corner. Then Frieza learns the fusion dance, so does Yamcha. They don't do the fusion dance, if you're wondering. They just all... Yamcha decides to fuse. And then Goku tries to show up a spirit bomb, and Blue, and, throws it. It gets reflected. Yamcha, uh-oh. He... Well, then Goku gets into Ultra Instinct. Yamcha, okay. Yamcha's impressed that even Goku unlocked a godly ability from the angels. By the way, all of the gods of destruction were a bit shocked that Yamcha had that power. They expected Toppo to have it because they know he's turning into the god of destruction. Beerus is a bit more offset from the gods, so he decides to only focus on Yamcha and not tell anyone about Yamcha. So they weren't expecting it. Neither were they expecting Goku to learn Ultra Instinct. They keep going until Goku becomes complete Ultra Instinct. That's until Yamcha puts his hands in his pockets, and then he feels something around his pockets. Then he grabs it out, realizing he has a sensu bean. And the only reason he has a sensu bean is because of the Goku Black arc. It's because he definitely expected to be hurt by Zamasu, after trying to disintegrate him, and he'd try killing him. But Trunks saved his ass from that trouble, so he had an extra sensu bean. So he just puts it in his pocket to make sure Xenostance, neither of the godly people saw it, just to be slick. He's very good at this. Then the drawbacks of Ultra Instinct show up, and Goku hides. With Yamcha showing up, then showing Goku the sensu bean. Obviously, it being a bit stale because it's been out in Yamcha's pocket for a bit. But it works, all the same. Yamcha gets... Goku gets his full strength back and turns Ultra Instinct again. With Yamcha then turning into his godly state, like Toppo, and and then him and Goku team up on uh, on Yamcha, on Jiren, with Frieza doing initial help. Eventually, yeah, Goku then gets another drawback, but since he's a bit more upgraded, so he turns Super Saiyan, which basically does nothing, but still, he does it, with Yamcha eventually getting out of his state after, Jiren punches him out of it. Then, Jiren becomes full strength and starts beating her ass. Then Yamcha, Frieza, and Goku start scrapping up Jiren. Then 17 shows up to help after all the other Generation Power intestees have been kicked off by Jiren. So they start scrapping. Of course, Yamcha being there does help a lot. especially since he can use Kaioken again. Yeah, he uses Kaioken while Goku's using Super Saiyan. Well, Frieza's just in his base state. Not in his base state, but his final form. Okay. Yamcha. Well, eventually Yamcha has to sacrifice himself, so both for both Frieza and Goku to power up as far as they can. Which Goku right now is Super Saiyan 3, because remember he had the Sensu Bean. By Frieza, it's just powering up as far as his final form can go. And 16 is powering up his shields. So Yamcha has to keep holding back Jiren with even more Kaioken. Eventually, his Kaioken gets so strong that his aura is covering half the freaking power tournament of power arena. He's at Kaioken times 2,000,000, which basically is making his body explode right now. Like, I'm not kidding. His arm actually breaks mid pushing, and he keeps breaking down until Jiren punches Yamcha out of the ring, shoving him straight out, eliminating Yamcha. And yes, the exact same thing that happens in the anime where Goku and Frieza push out Jiren, with 17 wishing that all the universes be restored. And that's where we're leave things right now. Yamcha was in big trouble there, especially fighting Jiren. But he pulled through. Luckily, uh, he was healed. He was in the hospital for a bit, but he generated all this. He's fine. Well, that's where we're leave things right now. See y'all. Like, subscribe, hit the post notification bell. You already know what those do because I've told you this like I think 100 times. Peace.